the Allegheny Journal has found Justin Reiter, the executive director of the Historic Masonic Theatre, and we caught him earlier today to talk about the fall lineup. Welcome, Justin.
Thanks for having me, Jerry. Good to see you.
Justin's a regular customer on this show because he's always got cool things coming up. And the Masonic Theater's lineup this fall is absolutely extraordinary. Justin, give us a few of the highlights.
Sure, absolutely. Well, if you haven't seen it, here is the fall winter brochure, and it's lists all the shows that we're doing this fall. We're going to kick it off this Saturday with a gentleman named Steve McAllister. He goes by Steve McAlphabet and his Wandering Soul Roadshow. And he comes in and he does some music and some comedy. And then he, for lack of a better term, has become obsessed with Will Rogers, the cowboy that all of us don't think about, the comedian, the politician. It's just an amazing character. And so he's done a film about him, about his travels in finding Will. And then he comes back in the second half and he actually does a one-man show as Will Rogers. And it's absolutely hilarious.
I hear this guy is quite a character. And in fact, we had probably a 10-minute discussion with him. He has a local connection, Justin. His sister is Mrs. Brokaw, Paul Brokaw. So that was an interesting twist. So you also have a bunch of things planned for September and October as well.
Yeah, we start back up with our movies in September. So we've got a family-oriented movie on every Sunday. And then on Monday evening, we've got more of an adult film. So the first one in September, which will be, I guess that's September 3rd, is Minions, The Rise of Gru. And then we've got Anchorman. So we'll be doing that each month. We are going to have The Godfather on one of those Mondays. So if you've never seen it on the big screen, it's quite the look. But in September, we've got Caleb Bailey and Payne's Run back. And one of the members of that band who plays banjo is none other than Rob Slusser, who is a hometown boy. So you want to come out and see them. They've got a new album out, which should be just terrific. We've got a couple of great rentals, but that weekend of the 15, 16, 17 is the community celebration, arts community celebration. So we've got lots going on at the theater. We're kicking off our Women in History exhibit, which is an exhibit of memorabilia that Kay England, the master quilter, has collected.
Just as an aside, people need to see this. This is really exceptional stuff. Kate is so full of herself. I mean, and do I understand that all those quilts in the West Rock room are going to be donated for later auction?
That's correct. She's donated 20 quilts and the artifacts that she's collected. So we have a signature from Amelia Earhart. We have signature from Lucille Ball, from some of the first ladies. And she's created a quilt around these ladies' personalities. We've got a quilt for Sojourner Truth. And highlight, we've got a letter that Helen Keller wrote to a friend. And that is signed by her. So there'll be lots more coming out about that. We're going to be kicking a soft opening during the Arts Community Celebration, and then a little bigger opening in October where there'll be a full program for that. And we'll list the hours that will be open for the tour to come see the exhibit. But it's one not to be missed, and to tell all your friends, not just your quilter friends, your people who are history buffs. That's the big one.
Go ahead.
So that really wraps up September. And then in October, I've had a couple of people talk to me a few times about showing some of the rock concert movies. And so we've relabeled October Rocktober, which is nothing anybody hasn't done before. But we're going to kick it off every Friday night. We'll have a concert film. And if you haven't seen them on the big screen, it's exceptional. We're going to do Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the Same, Pink Floyd's The Wall, Purple Rain, and then last but not least, The Waltz, which is pretty timely after Robbie Robinson just passed away. It is a film about the band's last concert and Martin Scorsese's early film documentary, and it's been restored in 4K, so it should be just an absolutely amazing evening. And then the Pink Tie Gala is back, and tickets are on sale for that. And I know everybody likes supporting that cause for what that group does to help out victims with cancer and little gifts of love. So that's a pretty awesome thing. Also in October, we've got a really great thing during the Fall Festival. We're going to be a busy place on that Saturday. We've got tours, then we've got the James River Opera Company coming to do a children's production of Three Little Pigs, and then we've got a cabaret at 4 o'clock in the underground of everything from Broadway to opera. And then, of course, it's the Fall Festival, so the announcers will be on stage at 6:30. So Saturday is jam-packed.
Wow, you're a whirlwind, Justin. I mean, you guys, you really have it cooking down there. As a matter of fact, and I'm not sure if the audience realizes that when the Richmond Fed president recently came to the area, one of the things he talked about is that he was almost shocked at the level of arts and music going on in the region. So, and he got a feel for the Historic Masonic Theatre, as well as the other arts organization. I think that was exceptional vision of his to have seen this vibrant community up here in the mountains.
Yeah, it's pretty special. When they visited, they were really interested in how we're doing this, and I think that'll become really evident next month for this Arts Community Weekend. There is just a lot of arts in our small area, so we hope you will come out for that. October also has one of our couple of our biggest shows. The Kentucky Headhunters, who have been around for a long time, will be here. We have sold nearly half the house already, and that's a couple of months away, so you're probably going to want to get your tickets sooner than later for that show. And then on November 1st, we go right into, this is a busy week too. So October 28th, we've got Kentucky Headhunters. Oh, sorry, we've got 27th, we've got The Last Waltz. 28th, we've got the Headhunters. The 1st, we've got Kings of Queen, which is a Queen tribute band. The 3rd and 4th is the 2nd annual Story Fest. And then the 5th is Super Sunday again. So we're right back up on top of it. And I'm not sure why I scheduled it like that. My staff is probably going to kill me. And then Christmas time, we'll bring back a beloved favorite. We're going to play It's a Wonderful Life on the big screen. So that should be a lot of fun. We've got Charles Billingsley coming, who's always a favorite with all your Christmas classics. And then just a couple of weeks ago, I booked A Merry Country Christmas, which is a Nashville live production. And they come and they do all your Christmas favorites in Nashville style. So,
wow. I said, hey, Justin, take a moment and just talk about a few of the items you have going on at the Masonic Theater. And now we have a list about this long, but and if you don't mind, we may ask you to come back in September or October and refresh our memory here.
Yeah, I'm not excited at all, am I? I mean, my elevator speech for the entire season. So, that with having that exhibit, with having Super Sunday, with the pink tie back, the Allegheny Highlands Story Fest again, we really feel like we've got some great anchors. And we can build around that, so there is something for everybody. But we've also got these big events, and we really like the Super Sunday and helping out the food pantry, as you well know, Jerry, of planting that seed in the late John Hillert's head at one point to do something like this, and now look at it. We're continuing on.
You didn't have to do much to plant a seed in John Hillert's head, Justin. He was a ball of fire, innovative. I mean, what a wonderful, lasting tribute to a great guy. I guess, how many people have auditoriums named after him, and rightly so.
Correct. And we're actually talking about changing the name to John Hillert Hall instead of auditorium, because we just feel like Hillert Hall kind of rattles off the tongue a little bit easier. And that's something that our board of directors will be talking about tomorrow evening. Gail's given us her blessing, so we'll see.
Well, thanks again for giving us a great rundown. And as usual, if you want a ticket to a show, you just go to historicmasonictheatre.com. Easy to navigate through the website. You can buy your tickets online. And Justin, you've made it easy. And, you know, in this fast-paced world, to have a cool website like this and you make it easy for people to buy, they're going to come back time after time without, you know, having a big hassle. So congratulations on getting that organized well, too.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I am going to give you one exclusive because I have to. You know, you're the guy that helps me out with that. So I can't tell you how many phone calls or emails that I get that say, "When are you bringing Jimmy Fortune back?"
And he was great.
I mean, it's constant. Everybody wants Jimmy back. I chose not to bring him back for Christmas, but Jimmy Fortune will be back at the Masonic in March. We are working on the exact date right now, but we think we've got it narrowed down. But just so your viewers don't have to call me and they don't have to write me emails, Jimmy Fortune is going to come back.
The crowd loved that show, Justin, and what a hoot. You know, we tried to get a hold of Jimmy, I don't know how many times. Finally, we did. And here's how busy this guy is. He actually was driving down the road. His wife was driving his SUV. He says, "Hey, I'm in Nelson County somewhere. I don't even, let's talk about our show." And I thought, wow, I mean, you know, at his age to be so popular and to be so busy, I mean, what an honor, you know, to his entire career.
Yeah. And we're going to get the third generation of the Reed family back. Here for the first time. This is the Wilson Fairchild, that band, not Wilson Fairchild. Yeah, Wilson Fairchild. Their kids.
Will and Langdon. Yeah.
Will and Langdon, their kids are coming here. And sometime, I think we're trying to work for February or March, April, something like that. So we're excited that we're going to have a third generation of the Reeds in the building.
Believe me, those guys are not only great musicians, I mean, they're funny and, you know, they've got that history of, you know, family talent. So, I mean, that's going to be a big hit as well.
Yeah, well, if there's anything your viewers want to see next season, which would be the winter spring season, I am planning it now, and I'd like to get it wrapped up here in the next month or so. So hit me if there's something you want to see so I can make sure I look into it.
Thanks again, Justin.
Thank you, Jerry. Have a great afternoon.
Yes, sir. Bye now.